Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't heard, My Funded Futures has been teasing brand new accounts, starter accounts, for the past couple of weeks now, and we've all been waiting to see what it's going to be. But before I jump into that, I just want to remind you guys, please, if you like watching my videos, please subscribe to the channel. I have a goal I want to hit. I want to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So every subscriber counts. I think I need 173 more of you guys to press the subscribe button. So if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. I try to make videos that add value to prop traders. And I just would really appreciate it if you guys did subscribe. And it really does help me out, helps the channel out a lot. And I love seeing my channel grow because I really feel like I'm adding value to you guys. So without anything else, I'm going to jump into the video. These are the three new starter accounts from My Funded Futures. They lowered the cost of the account. So the starter 50K is now $80 a month versus before it was 100. 100K is now 150 and the 150K is now 220. The biggest change that they're announcing, to me, one of the biggest, is no activation fee on any of the accounts. You guys remember when Trade Day was the first to do this? They did away with activation fees, and that was huge to me then, and this is huge to me now. This is awesome. The second biggest thing I noticed was they changed the payout rules. You no longer have to hit your buffer in order to make a withdrawal in your funded account. So you can now get paid on a weekly basis, and I'm going to go into detail a little more later on into how it works with them. But now you can actually get paid out every week, possibly versus every 14 days, which is a huge win. That was the one thing to me that was holding back my funded futures compared to their competitors, like Trade Day, where you can withdraw almost on a daily basis. Reset fees went down, and they're announcing that there's now a direct path to live. I've always thought that that was a possibility. I didn't know this is news, but I guess they're now more explicit in what it takes to get into a live account. To me personally, I don't. It's not. It doesn't make a difference to me either way. Both accounts paid, so sim funded, live funded, they both pay. I mean, there are like little perks to having a live account, like you can get paid out daily, which is pretty cool. But for the most part, I don't really care about stuff like that. I don't sweat it. If I want to trade live, I have my own live account, so that's that. So here's how they break down the new plan. The 50K, for example, they're going to increase the drawdown by 500 bucks, which is that's always good. That's welcome. But they get you. Here's how they get you. This is a catch. The catch is there's now a daily loss limit. You know I hate daily loss limits. I was very critical of Topstep in my last video because of their daily loss limit. They kept their profit target the same, but the reason why their daily loss limit is not that big a deal as compared to Topstep is because there is no activation fee. So to me, this offsets this a lot. Because with Topstep, for example, you'd be paying 50 bucks a month for the account and another 149 to go into the funded account, bringing your total all-in cost to $200 for an account with a $1,000 drawdown on a daily basis. So I'm actually okay with this. I am very much okay with this. They did reduce the amount of contracts you can trade, and they do have scaling plans with the starter accounts. Scaling means you cannot trade the max size of contracts in a funded account. They're going to start you off small, and then as you earn profits, you can actually take on bigger size. But that's always been there for their starter accounts. Nothing is new. Payout policy: 5 winning days of $100 minimum. So again, this is taking a little bit from Topstep and their approach, up to $1,200 per payout, and 100% of available balance is withdrawable. This to me is kind of in conflict. So you can withdraw 100% of your money, but up to $1,200, right? So I think the second point is more applicable if you haven't made $1,200. So like, let's say you made $1,000. I think they're saying you can withdraw the full 1,000 without hitting the buffer $2,500. Um, and just give you choice. But the downside of doing that is you're going to lose your account. Drawdown locked at 50,100 after first payout. So if you didn't hit the buffer yet and you had a drawdown like where you couldn't go below what, let's say $48,500. So you made $1,000 of profit, right? If you take a withdrawal, the drawdown now goes from 48,500 to 50,100, which means if you withdraw the full $1,000, you lost the account. So it still, to me, is kind of like how it used to be, where you have to hit the drawdown first to make withdrawals. This, they're telling you you have the option now to take the money and run, but if you do, you lost the account. So I think choice is good. I don't think anybody should lose profits they made because they didn't hit this amount. So if you're new, there could be a chance for you to just get some money and get profitable. I'm not sure why somebody would take the money out early, but having the option is good. They now offer basically 3 plans. Again, no activation fee on any of the accounts. The profit targets are unchanged, but they did seem to increase the max drawdown by about $500 for each account. And daily loss limits, this is new. But like I said, I'm okay with this daily loss limit because they have no activation fees. So I'll take that deal. The consistency rule is still there, and qualification for getting paid out is based on 5 winning days of a certain amount, so $100, $200, $300, depending on the account size. And the limit you can withdraw is basically your daily loss limit on each of the accounts. The path to live funding is they're going to give you a static account where your max drawdown in each of these accounts is going to be your starting drawdown in the funded account, which also makes sense to me. That looks pretty reasonable. And to get into a live account, you can get it after 30 winning days of $6,000, $12,000, or $18,000 in payouts. So that's the path to live funding. And again, my favorite, no activation fee. So this does change my calculations. You guys might know I made this chart to compare the value of prop accounts in my last video. And I put the numbers in here and they look really good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they look incredible. So again, 50K account, eval costs $80. The all-in account cost is still $80 because there's no activation fee. The drawdown, I'm gonna put the drawdown in as $1,200 because that is your daily loss limit. I think that's the fair way to account for this. And I changed my mind actually. I'm gonna change my mind from my last video because in the last video, in Topstep's example, I think I gave them the full $2,000 to be fair. But since we have a competitor now offering a similar plan, it's definitely fair if I put the daily loss limit as the drawdown for both of these into my calculator. So again, your drawdown is $1,200 daily, right? You have a max of $2,500. And it's important to note in this example that hitting your daily loss limit on either of these accounts, Topstep or My Funded Futures, it won't actually fail you. You just have to wait till the next day to try again. That's fair. I think that's very fair of both these companies to do. Profit target is actually the same in both accounts, 3,000, 3,000. And the drawdown to profit target. So the drawdown, if you use the daily loss limit, is 40%, right? You're getting 40% available to make, you're getting $1,200 to make $3,000. So if you actually were to put in the full drawdown now, it's 83%, which is pretty similar to Trade Day's 50K account, where I think you're getting 80% of your drawdown available with trade day, but trade day gives you the full amount without the daily loss limit. So pretty good. So again, let's go back to here and put in $1,200. The cost of capital, based on how I understand it, how I view it, this is my perspective. Again, you can have your own opinion on how to calculate this, but if you divide 80 by 1,200, it's basically going to be 0.06, which is like 6.7%. That's pretty competitive. That's the same as, or similar to, yeah, it's better than everything. I mean, it's better than even the expert account. It's better than Topstep by like 3 times better than Topstep. And it's twice as good as trade day. And I think the reason why their numbers are coming in so low is because, again, there's no activation fee. So trade day has an activation fee, Topstep has an activation fee. So that's what's making the big difference here. So the efficiency ratio, based on my own calculation, is, yeah, when you factor in the profit target, it brings it to 0.1666, which is in line with what we're seeing from other companies. It's 0.169 with trade day 50K. It's 0.1593, which is almost 16 with trade day 25K. It is 0.165 on the 100K account, or the 50K with the expert account. But yeah, like all these accounts, what I'm noticing is with my calculator, it's about 0.16 for all of these numbers. Reset, that's another big update they brought in. So now the reset costs $50, which is $1 more than Topstep. That's huge because, again, there's no activation fee. So the reset is about 62% of the cost of the eval. So you're saving like almost half, like off getting a reset versus buying a new eval. And for the efficiency ratio, this factors in the resets, the profit target, and the drawdown. Again, the lower the better, right? So I'm almost viewing this as like a weird way to talk about the cost of the capital, right? Like that's how I look at it. So the lowest numbers you're going to see is definitely the 100K starter account, which came in at 0.07. I have to go through this to make sure the numbers are right. So again, the cost is $150, no activation fee. Daily drawdown is $2,400, $6,000 profit target, 0.4 available towards, drawdown towards the profit target. And again, you're 0.06, which is pretty similar between these two. Reset's $70. And then reset in this scenario, the reset's actually less than half of the cost of the eval. So that's why this came in at 0.07. So this is actually like the best value on this entire chart, the 100K account. I still prefer the 50, just because it's less dollars out of your pocket. But from a ratio perspective, this is the best bang for your buck if you're into that. And this compares, if you compare this to Topstep's 50 and 100K account, when you're factoring in their daily loss limit as the drawdown, I mean, it's night and day, right? Like theirs is 0.07 and theirs is 0.37, which is really like 5 times worse because you're paying a lot more when you factor in the activation fee. And that's what this comes down to. If their activation fee was 0, they'd be more in line. Actually, this still would be better. So, I mean, it's probably because of the reset. Yeah, the reset is the big part of it. The cheaper reset and no activation fee, it just makes this the winner, realistically. But in terms of lowest cost out of your pocket, it's going to be this one, $80. But also for best bang for your buck, it'll be this one. There are rules that come with this account. They don't pay out every day like Trade Day does. Trade Day pays out every day. They do offer you 1 day to pass the eval. Trade Day does not offer that. but I do like trade days, 1 day payout, or same day. You know, you can request a payout every day. I actually appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna get one of these accounts when they start selling them this Wednesday, just to try it out. But I like seeing competition in the space, so like I have to update this actually because this is now the new best. These two are the most best bang for your buck when it comes to um, evals and prop firms. It's just it is the numbers don't lie. If you compare this to trade a 50K, again, it's slightly better. Um, this one, again, slightly better. And I want to compare these two numbers, the efficiency ratio here, because this one does not factor in a reset. These numbers are based on you passing your first try. But when you factor in, okay, maybe you do need a reset, that's where it's a big helper because basically you're all in for $130 with this account if you have to get a reset. Whereas with trade day, you'd have to be in $232 plus the 139 for the activation fee, and that's what makes this number better than almost everything on here is because the no activation fee is a huge helper, as well as just the drawdown to profit target ratio and the cost of resets. So the real number, assuming that you do not need a reset, is actually this one. This this line right here really is the efficiency ratio if you didn't need to buy a reset. So if you pass on your first go, it's 0.16, 0.69, 0.1666, 0.15625, 0.165. So these are really similar across the board if you're the kind of person that passes on your first go. But if you're not, that's where this line came in. I wanted to make sure my calculations accounted for drawdowns, profit targets, and resets. And that's why I looked at the bottom number. But realistically, a more fair comparison, if you excluded resets, would really be this one right here. Would be this first efficiency ratio, and this one factors in drawdown, profit target, and activation fee. So my favorite on this really still is yeah, 50K by funded futures. I also really do like the trade day 25K. That's still so my two favorites right now is the 25K from trade day and the 50K from my funded futures. Um, and if you want a discount on either one of these firms, if you use Honest Prop Trader, you're going to get the best discount available at the time. So support the channel. Please subscribe. If you do choose to try one of these accounts, you can just use my coupon code to save on your eval. And I want to thank you guys for watching and keeping up with my channel.